Good afternoon and welcome to Trinity Wall Street. My name is Melissa Baker and I'm the Administrator for Music and the Arts here. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Ascension Day today for what is unfortunately the last of our Concerts at One series today. We will have one more Bach at One on Monday, so please join us for that as well. We are able to provide free programming here at Trinity Wall Street because of the generous gifts of our donors. So if you would like to contribute to our series, please feel free to do so at the donation kiosks in the back, and it is greatly appreciated. Today we have some fantastic singers and a pianist who will be presenting songs from The Merry Widow. So would you please join me in a warm welcome for the early years of Broadway, curated by Mr. Rob Berman.
Good afternoon. Thank you for coming out today. Today is the last of our 3 abridged concert presentations of musicals from the early years of Broadway and musical theater. And today we're going to be presenting songs from the 1907 Broadway version of The Merry Widow. The Merry Widow premiered in Vienna in 1905, and it was written originally in German by the composer Franz Lehár and the librettists Victor Leon and Leo Stein. It was so successful that it was translated into English by Basil Hood and Adrian Ross, and it premiered in London in 1907. It was this version that was brought to America later in 1907, and it played on Broadway at the New Amsterdam Theater for 416 performances. Several revisions were made for the English adaptation. Names of characters were changed and several songs were reassigned. And there was a new comedy song added called Quite Parisienne, which you will hear today. And it was added for the English version. To this day, there have been many versions and translations of The Merry Widow, countless productions all around the world. The Metropolitan Opera has a new production coming next year. But again, the translation that you will hear today is the version that was performed on Broadway in 1907. Let me introduce our incredibly talented group we have today: Meggie Kanzler, Michael Marcotte, Sarah Jean Ford, Alexander Gemignani, Timothy McDevitt, Adam Alexander, and our wonderful pianist, John Bell. And so, you got applause. Nice. So I'm going to narrate a little bit just to give you some context of the plot as we go, and we're going to begin. The first act of The Merry Widow is set in the Marsovian embassy in Paris. The Marsovian ambassador, Baron Popov, leads his guests in celebrating the birthday of the King of Marsovia, which is an imaginary European country going through a fiscal crisis. Sonia Glavard, the young widow of Marsovia's wealthiest banker, has arrived in Paris, and if she should marry and relocate to another country, the loss of her millions will bankrupt Marsovia. The solution is to marry her to a fellow countryman. The only single man at the embassy is Prince Danilo, and the Baron orders his aide Niche to find Danilo immediately before Sonia arrives at the party. Meanwhile, Baron Popov is unaware that his young wife, Natalie, is flirting with the Parisian Count Camille de Jalidon, who wants more than a platonic relationship. So, in this first song, Natalie, played by Meggie, and Michael, who's playing Camille. In this song, Natalie resists Camille's efforts to declare his love for her. This is A Dutiful Wife.
Sorrow and peril and strife, when though we are always apart, the love will live on in my heart until I grow old in the strife, while you are a dutiful wife. I know there is peril, but yet I would dare it to lose you forever. Ah, how could I bear it?
Take care.
I mean to dare, I mean to dare. Oh, duty bars the way, but duty's call, that is not all. Love has a word to say.
Oh, it may be but a childish game.
You will love me
It
yet.
will be said.
Take care, beware, and in your heart
The blaze you start.
flame will start. For love will pin you there, and then you will not care.
Sonia, the wealthy widow, arrives, and every single Parisian fortune hunter drops his escort and rushes to welcome her. But she sees through every amorous word from her suitors, which include the Marquis de Cascada and Monsieur de Saint-Brioche, played here by Adam and Tim. So here is Sarah as Sonia with In Marsovia.
Gentlemen, I pray.
We cannot tear ourselves away
Right you are.
from our evening
What
star.
things you say.
The deserts are your beauty's way. I know. Our heartfelt odds glad to stay before our ruling star. Our fairest star.
I haven't been in Paris long, and when I meet a man, I'm always doing something wrong. I'm somewhere so young. For when a fellow weds a girl in my own native land, he doesn't pull her star and want to kiss her hand. Says he, let us get married now. We are both growing big. My father has a cow, and your mother has a pig. That's how it's done, you know. For that is how we win. There's nothing more that need be said. But ask Papa and dear Mamma. That's how we marry in Marsovia.
Courting such as that is extremely flat. We don't do it so.
Look how far the last when you're in Marsovia.
Tell us somewhere of your women and tell us what when they are married. Well, what then?
With us, a marriage is for life. We don't admire divorce. If someone courts another's wife, he will be shot, of course. And if a wife to other men should give a look or two, her husband takes a
Passions
conscience.
are
It's a black and blue. Men are all the same, I can see.
if you married me,
Be your wife, I fancy.
only try and see.
Justice in Marsovia, as we do.
Oh, then I would never strike and let you beat me if you like. We're not in Marsovia.
What the ambassador does not know is that Sonia used to be romantically involved with Prince Danilo, but she married her late wealthy husband after Danilo's family forced him to break off his engagement to her. At this point, Nish arrives with a rather tipsy Prince Danilo, who spends too much time with the ladies at Maxine's, a Parisian restaurant and nightclub. Here's Alex as Danilo singing Maxine's.
My fatherland, it is for thee. I ought to work from 1 to 3. Though as there isn't much to do, I only come at 2:30. But working so exhausts a man, and I take all the rest I can. I need a sleep to put me right, and that's why I sit up all night. I'm very busy at my club. We have 100 on the rub. I lose 1,000 of the best, then get the girls to take a rest. I go off to Maxine's, where fun and frolic beams. With all the girls I chatter, I laugh and kiss and flatter. Lolo, Jojo, Doudou, Clo-Clo, Margot, Frou-Frou. For surnames do not matter, I take the first to hand, and then the corks go pop. We dance and never stop. The ladies smile so sweetly, I catch and kiss them neatly. Lolo, do-do, Joujou, Clo-Clo, Margot, Frou-Frou, till I forget completely my dear old fatherland. Then I refresh my jaded brain with little suppers and champagne, and look into the ladies' eyes, till they and I are close allies. So in a glass of golden wine, an entente cordiale I sign, for I can do that sort of thing as well as any other king. And I allow the lovely sex to wear my arms around their necks, and give the waiter at the door an order for 12 more. I'm happy at Maxine's, where fun and frolic beams. With all the girls I chatter, I laugh and kiss and flatter. Lolo, Dodo, Joujou, Clo-Clo, Margot, Frou-Frou. For surnames do not matter, I take the first to hand, and then the corks go pop. We dance and never stop. The ladies smile so sweetly, I catch and kiss them neatly. Lolo, do-do, Joujou, Clo-Clo, Margot, Frou-Frou, till I forget completely my dear old fatherland.
Before learning what the Baron has in mind for him, Danilo needs a nap. Sonia, avoiding all of her suitors, enters and recognizes the sound of his snoring. It's her old flame, Danilo. Old wounds are reopened. He's bitter she's married another, and she resents his family's behavior to her. She tells him she may consider another marriage. Meanwhile, Camille and Natalie find an out-of-the-way place, and he writes "I love you" on her fan. But she insists his flirtation must end, and to do so, Natalie urges Camille to marry Sonia, the widow. We are now going to perform an excerpt from the Act 1 finale. In this finale, Danilo attempts to keep the men away from Sonia by bringing in the ladies for a ladies' choice dance. All the men want to be chosen by Sonia, but she chooses Danilo, who decides to auction off his dance with her at a price high enough to drive off the fortune hunters. Ultimately, Danilo and Sonia are left alone. So, here is the Act 1 finale.
Around the honey pot. Madame, you have not spoken. Give me a word as token.
Yes, now the time has come to choose.
I'll have to try some clever ruse.
Dear me, what shall I answer? May I present you a dancer?
Oh, confound! Another hanging round.
You see him dance the polka. I've tried him and I know. He also knows the mazurka. I've tried him and it's so. He's even studied the cakewalk. I've tried him long ago. And as a partner in a waltz, he is simply without any faults. So pray return him and do not spurn him, but kindly let him have your voice and vote. Won't you plump your jolly dog? Give your vote to jolly dog. He is the partner deserving your choice.
Won't you plump for Cascada? Give your vote to Sabrioche. I am the partner deserving your choice. They say, Madame, your choice I am.
I rather think, maybe, if I must give my answer, my chosen partner will be he who doesn't seem to notice me. Will you be my dancer?
No, Madame, I do not dance.
In fact, you don't care for the chance.
Don't care, oh no. My dance, you told me so.
I did, what then?
The dance is mine, then, gentlemen. I can do what I like with it, as I think fit, that's so.
Of course.
What does he mean? This dance for which I now express my thanks is worth at least 2,000 francs. Yours the dance may be, if you'll give 2,000 francs to me for charity. 2,000 francs, but for a dance it's going, no advance. 2,000 francs, he must be cracked, it only needs a little tact. Now 2,000 francs, gracious lady, what I say, your adorers all grow chilly when you call on them to pay. They love you and adore, but love their money more, and that's the sort of man they raise in noble modern days. I cannot let him put me off so. It's 2,000 francs that I will pay.
You're in love with her.
You told me so yourself.
You must come away.
The last is gone, and you are free. And now, madam, perhaps you'll have the dance with me.
Now I must decline.
The dance is mine, as you will allow.
Thank you, I do not
follow its call.
So as the curtain falls on Act 1, Sonia can't resist and dances with Danilo. Act 2 takes place in the gardens of Sonia's estate. After some folk dances, Sonia tells her guests a Marsovian legend of the Vilja.
Now sing, our dear Marsovian bride, a ballad made in olden time, the story our children know about a Vilja long ago. There once was a Vilja, a witch of the wood. A hunter beheld her alone as she stood. The spell of her beauty upon him was laid. He looked and he longed for the magical maid. For a sudden tremor ran right through the love bewildered man, and he sighed as a hapless lover can. Vilja, oh Vilja, the witch of the wood,
Sonia has noticed that Danilo is avoiding her, and she wants him to tell her that he loves her. Only a stupid man would turn down such an offer, and Danilo will not say what she wants to hear. Here's Sarah and Alex singing The Cavalier.
Hello, maiden, see him ride, see the horseman prancing, as he come to choose a bride from the maidens dancing. Look up, maiden, mark him well, leave the dancers lonely. He may like you, who can tell, if he sees you only.
So she glances shy and sly, and she meets the horseman's eye.
Not a word she says, but still he can take her if he will. Silly, silly cavalier, he can neither see nor hear. Silly, silly horseman, ride upon your course, man. Silly, silly cavalier, he that will not win he may. When he wills it shall have nay. Silly, silly horseman, ride upon your course, man. Silly, silly cavalier. Hello, here he comes again. See his charger wheeling. Now he seems a lovelorn swain, begging and appealing. But the maiden, calm and cool, sings and doesn't care. No, cavalier, if you're a fool, I am not so there now.
So the horseman laughs, all right. If you won't, why then, good night. Pretty maiden, now goodbye. Take another, so will I.
Silly, silly cavalier, you can neither see nor hear.
Clever, clever horseman, that's the proper courseman. Clever, clever cavalier, you may take it as you may. I shall love and ride away. Clever, clever horseman, that's the proper courseman. Clever, clever cavalier.
Silly, silly horseman, ride upon your course, man. Silly, silly cavalier.
Meanwhile, Baron Popov and his aide Nish discover Natalie's fan, and the Baron demands to find out the owner, so he gives the fan to Danilo to find the answer. Interviewing several diplomatic wives, Danilo learns that two of them are having affairs with Cascada and Saint-Brioche, and this leads to a discussion between all the men about women.
Oh the women, how to win them, tell us pray. That's an art I'm rather dim in, for there is no patent way. Winning women, for their lovers. How's it done? That's what nobody discovers, not even an Edison. With one you have to flirt and flatter, so and so and so and so, and look unutterably at her, so and so and so and so. Another likes you when you bluster, so and so and so and so. She's sleeping, you can trust her, so and so and so and so. One asks for tenderness and flagging, so and so and so and so. Another's always ragging, nagging, so and so and so and so. Another likes incessant laughter, so and so and so and so. And other things they ask for after, so and so and so and so. You may study her ways as you can, but a woman's too much for a man. It is deeper than diving for pearls. flaxen hair, eyes of blue. She's a long way to knowing for you. She is dark, or she's fair, she may smile or may frown. Never mind, you will get done proud. Women, 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 you may study her ways as you can, but a woman's too much for a man. It is deeper than diving for pearls, courting girls, 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 girls. With her fair flaxen hair, eyes of blue, she's a long way to knowing for you. She is dark or she's fair, she may smile or may frown. Never mind, you will get done round. Study her ways as you can. Women, 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 women. Too much for a man. Women, women, women. Diving for women, 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 women. Girls, 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 girls. With her fair flaxen hair, eyes of blue, she's a long way to knowing for you. She is dark or she's fair, she may smile or may frown. Never mind, you will get done wrong.
Camille convinces Natalie to come into a dark pavilion on the estate and give him a farewell kiss. Peeping through the keyhole, Baron Popov recognizes his wife and loses control. Thinking fast, Nish quickly leads Sonia into the pavilion and leads Natalie away, so that when the door opens, Camille steps out with Sonia. Sonia announces to her guests that she has accepted Camille's marriage proposal. In this next excerpt from the Act 2 finale, Sonia has Camille repeat the love song he sang earlier to Natalie, which leads to the quintet, Love in My Heart.
Well, since the ambassador sees fit to listen and spy at the armor door, pray tell them all the whole truth of it, repeating what you said in there just before.
Must I declare it, and I have to bear it? Your Excellency, I have to obey all that I told her. Again, I will say, love in my heart awaking, a rosebud in the May, into full beauty breaking, became a rose today. I hardly marked its budding towards the sun above, until it opened, flooding my heart with joy of love. And now I know my past cannot be told. So that love can vanish
Sonia has made Danilo jealous, and in this next excerpt from the end of Act 2, Danilo tries to explain his hurt in the story of two royal children who could not express their love. He leaves for Maxime's, and Sonia is thrilled, for it is clear that he does love her. So, here is the end of Act 2.
My marriage will be one arranged quite in the modern style. My name is all that will be changed, that's in the modern style. And as I shan't be on the shelf, not for a little while, I'll go ahead and please myself, quite in the modern style. I am free, so tra-la-la-la-la, still I'll be so tra-la-la-la-la. And men may come and men may go, they will not break my heart, oh no, 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 no.
She is free, so tra-la-la-la-la. Still she'll be so tra-la-la-la-la. And men may come and men may go, they will not break her heart, oh no.
And when you marry, you will live quite in the modern style. And freedom you will take and give, that is the modern style. And if your husband goes astray, then I shall only smile. Return his lead when you've to play, quite in the modern style. That's the latest tra-la-la-la-la, up-to-datest tra-la-la-la-la. Do what you like, but don't be slow, and nobody will mind. Oh no, 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 no.
That's the latest tra-la-la-la-la, up-to-datest tra-la-la-la-la. Do what you like, but don't be slow, and nobody will mind. Oh, the woman's cool assurance vexes me beyond endurance. I will speak, for it must out. But I cannot speak the whole of the anger in my soul. Let me keep my self-control. To grace the wedding, fair madame, pray can I tell a little story?
Oh, do I'll listen to the end. As you see, I eagerly attend. Won't you tell us?
I will tell you. There once were two princes' children, who loved when the world was so young, but never were happy together. It's just as the poet has sung. The prince never told of his passion, for very good reason, no doubt. And so the princess was unhappy, because he would never speak out. And then the princess was so cruel. When he would not ask for her hand, she promised to marry another. 'Twas more than the prince could stand. Most gracious and beautiful lady, it was not a good thing to do. All women are faithless and fickle, and only a woman are you. But do you suppose I am sorry? I don't mean to cry. I shall not go dreaming about you. That's what the prince said, and not I. And thus said the prince as he ended, "There, Mary, I've finished with you." With that, the prince coolly departed, and so will I now. Adieu.
Where are you going then?
Where I won't see you again. I'll go off to Maxine's. I'm done with lovers' dreams. The girls will laugh and greet me. They will not trick and cheat me. Lolo, Dudu, Jojo, Clo-Clo, Margot, Frou-Frou. I'm going off to Maxine's, and you may go too.
He loves me, I'm sure of it now. He loves me so, tra-la-la-la-la-la. We shall see so, tra-la-la-la-la-la. Wherever he may try to go, he won't escape from me. Oh no, oh no, 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 no.
She is free, so and then they come and then they go. They will not break my heart. Oh no.
Act 3 takes place at Maxime's restaurant. The Grisettes, ladies of indiscreet character looking for wealthy men, are on the prowl. The heartbroken Danny Lowe is with them. In the next song, Meggie plays Zozo, one of the girls at Maxime's.
We are little Paris ladies, everyone a Maxime maid is. Lo, lo, do, do, zhu, zhu, frou, frou, glow, glow, Margot. And I, when a fit of blues attacks him, what should any fellow do? Come and look for us, chez Maxime, we are here to comfort you. Tripping, tripping as we pass, sipping, sipping in your glass. Tripping, sipping, simply ripping, come with us and take a lass. We can sing and tell you stories, pretty, witty, often true. We are Maxime's greatest glories, and we're here to welcome you. Welcome, Paris ladies, that's the way a
The messenger Nish is also at Maxime's, and here he sings about how much he prefers Paris to Marsovia in the song Quite Parisienne.
I was born by cruel fate in a little Balkan state where we go about in the same old suits, sheepskin jackets and big red boots. But I'm now a great success in the way of modern dress. From my London hat to my shiny toe, quite Rue de Pimlico. That is the cut for me, made in Piccadilly. For I am quite Parisian, a most distinguished man, and try to look as English as I can. Yes, I'm a gay Parisian, and far above the common mob. Je suis très snob.
For he is quite Parisian, a most distinguished man. He tries to look as English as you can. Yes, he's a gay Parisian, and far above the common mob, il est très snob.
In my fatherland afar, very nice the ladies are, and the native dances are noble sport, done in skirts that are apple court. But the little girls in France are the ones I take to dance. They are all so chic, and the dernier cri, kicking up lingerie. Quite a béton, eh, what? C'est joliment cocotte, for I am quite Parisian, a most distinguished man, and anyone can see I can, and I'm a gay Parisian. They kick my topper off my knob, je suis très snob.
For he is quite Parisian, a most distinguished man, and anyone can see I can. Yes, I'm a gay Parisian. They kick his topper off his knob, il est très snob.
Sonia tells Danilo that her engagement is over. She did it only to save another lady's reputation. Still, he won't tell her that he loves her. Here is I Love You So, also known as the Merry Widow Waltz.
Oh, Sonia, can't you guess what I want to say?
No. If you want to say it, why not just open your mouth and say it?
I can't.
A true diplomat, incapable of a simple speech.
Can you say it?
No, not before you.
Do you hear the music?
Yes.
Then listen closely. I can't say it. You can't say it. Let the violins say it. Oh, I say not what I may not let you hear, yet the swaying dance is saying, love me, dear. Every touch of fingers tells me what I know. Says for you, it's true, you love me so.
And to the music's chime, my heart is beating time, as if to give a sign that it would say, be mine, be mine. Though
So, when Sonia tells the Baron that her husband's will states that she will lose her millions when she remarries, Danilo immediately proposes to her. His pride would not permit him to marry a woman for her money. But then she tells him that she will lose her money because it will go to her new husband. Meanwhile, yes, very tricky. The tricky widow. Natalie reconciles with the Baron, and believe it or not, everything ends happily. Before we perform the finale for you, I just want to thank everybody for coming today. I want to thank Trinity Church and Melissa Baker for the last 3 weeks for having us here. I'd like to thank Adam Alexander for asking me to be a part of this about a year ago. I want to thank Larry Moore for helping with all these concerts the last few weeks. And that's it. So here's the finale to The Merry Widow. Thank you, everyone.
You may study her ways as you can,
But a woman's too much for a man. It is deeper than diving for pearls. Courting girls, 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 girls. With her fair flaxen hair, eyes of blue, she's alone.